Let's make Buckeye Brownies. I love Buckeyes and I love brownies, but when you put them together, oh yeah. So we're going to start out with 12 tablespoons of melted butter. And I just did this in the microwave in a heat safe bowl. And to that, I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of natural cocoa powder. And I generally use the Hershey's brand. It just depends. It really doesn't make a big difference. And then I'm going to add 1 2/3 cup of granulated sugar. And I'm just going to mix this up by hand rather than do it in the mixer so you can actually see what I'm doing. And I hope you guys are enjoying our recipes and that you will like and follow us. Always appreciated. But once I get that mixed in there really well, I'm going to add in a couple more ingredients. I'm going to add in 2 large eggs and 1 large egg yolk. And I'm just going to break them apart. I'm not really going to mix them hard just to get them in there. And then I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Get that all mixed in till I get it all blended and the eggs all worked into the chocolate mixture. And it's starting to come together. This is our brownie base. And this is the best part of it. Then I'm going to take 1 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to work that into my butter mixture with my chocolate until it is fully combined. Once I get this all combined, then comes the fun part. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees while this is going on, and I'm mixing, because it takes me a little bit to get this all worked together, but the end result is so worth all the stirring that I'm having to do. So I'm going to take my 8x8 pan. You can do a 9x9. I happen to have an 8x8. I'm going to line it with parchment paper, and I always do a little cooking spray underneath just to keep the parchment paper to stick and stay down. And I'm just going to spread this out until I get it all spread out and smoothed out into the corners, and then I'm going to put it into the oven once I get it spread. But it is thick, it is delicious, it smells good. I haven't even baked it yet and it smells amazing. But I'm going to get it all smoothed out in here, make sure I get it to the corners and everything. And then that will be my brownie base layer for these Buckeye brownies. And then I'm going to go into the oven once I get this done for 25 minutes. Once it's done, I'm going to let it cool completely. Then I will start on the peanut butter stage. And we're going to start with 2 cups of creamy peanut butter. To that, I'm going to add a 1/2 cup, which a whole stick of salted butter. Make sure it is salted butter. And I'm not supposed to add the vanilla yet, but I did anyway. But then I go into the microwave, and I'm going to just put this in my heat-proof bowl. As you can see, I'm going to do 15-second increments, and I'm going to keep stirring between each until the butter is completely melted in and the mixture is smooth. And I was supposed to put the vanilla in after this, but I got a little ahead of myself, but it doesn't really affect the end result, to be honest. But I just had to keep working in 15-second increments until I got it to where I wanted it to be. And then I added in 2 1/4 cups of powdered sugar and a tablespoon of milk to get it to smooth out. And it's still a little crumbly because I'm going to press it in anyway, so I just start pressing it in. Now, what you can do, if you really want to get it pressed in really well, is you can take some wax paper and take your hands and smooth it out with wax paper, but I had no wax paper. So once I get that all done and cooled down, I'm going to go for the ganache. The ganache layer is the best part. I'm going to take, I'm just going to take my my butter, and I'm going to add my 6 tablespoons of butter and 1 cup of chocolate chips, 1 1/2 cups of chocolate chips. I'm going to melt them down, spread them out, just let it cool like 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'm going to go in there and start cutting it into pieces. And it's a little soft at first because I rushed it. I went at 30 minutes. I should have waited the whole hour. But it is rich. It is decadent. It is delicious. You're going to love it. And I hope you guys will like and follow